Well, guys, Bob and I have tried to get out and shoot some more ice fishing videos, but Mother Nature just doesn't seem to want to cooperate. We either get a snowstorm or we get a string of 40, 50 degree days, and now it's to the point the ice is getting a little bit questionable. There's probably been 3 or 4 guys falling through lately, and while Bob and I like to fish, we figured we don't need to push it and do something like that. So, if we can't go fishing, how about we talk fishing, and let's talk bait casting reels. You've used one of these all your life. Now you think you want to use one of these. Let's talk about that. When many of us started out fishing, somebody handed us a pole with maybe a plastic Zebco 202 reel on it, and away we went. As we got a little older, maybe we upgraded to a little better reel, but we stayed with the same thing. I mean, why not? The other one worked well, fairly foolproof, and we caught fish with it. So why go into something else? And let's be honest, if it was that many years ago, they didn't make bait cast reels like they're making them today. And it was nothing but bird's nests, backlashes, and very hard to use. But that's not the case today. Today the bait cast reel is a whole different animal, a whole lot easier to use, and something a guy shouldn't be too worried about, or should be willing to give a try anyway. So let's talk about that for a minute. I myself decided to make that move a year ago. And you're probably wondering, all right, it's middle of January and we're talking about fishing reels. Why now? Well, the reason is this is the time of year, if you're going to make a switch and you want to go bait cast, this is the time of year to do it for 2 reasons. One, they're going to be on sale. This is the time of year everybody's cleaning the shelves out. They got to make room for the new year's stock, so they're going to get rid of the old stuff. So you're going to find a reel on sale. You're going to be able to buy a better reel for less money when it's all said and done. Number 2, if you've been using one of these and you're going to start using one of these, you're going to have to practice. And I know that's probably half the reason you didn't want to try this to begin with, is it's almost like starting over. It's really not that bad, but it will take some practice. I bought 2 reels the first day out, came home, put them on rods, went out in my backyard, and I started practicing. And let's be honest, I'm glad I had a big backyard because I used most of it. But it didn't take that long, and I was getting pretty decent with it. Still not as good as I'd like to be, but I was getting good enough I could take it out and go fishing again. But the key is, you don't want to make this change in May and June because you don't want to be spending your time learning how to cast then. A lot of people, you got a job, you got a family, you got obligations, you got a lot of stuff to do, and man, if you get out once a weekend to fish, sometimes you're lucky. Why would you want to spend that time in May and June learning how to cast one of these when you should be out fishing? So now's the time. Middle of winter, late winter, starting up, these go on sale, you save money, you can take it out in the backyard, learn how to cast, and when fishing season really gets here, you're going to be ready to go. So, where do you start? Well, in my case, like I said, I did this last February is when I started. The first thing I did is I went to somebody that I figured was knowledgeable about reels and that type of stuff, and I asked. And he said, whatever you do, don't buy cheap. And I'm going to agree with that 100% after buying some reels and using them now for a year. Buy the best thing you can afford to buy. And that's a good reason why you should be doing it now, because you'll get a better quality reel at less money. So you can afford to upgrade and do something a little bit better. I bought 3 reels last year, and I'm going to go over all 3 with you real quick because you're probably wondering what you should buy. I'm not saying these are what you should buy. I'm saying this is what I bought. But I tried to spend a little more money to get something a little better. But at the same token, I'm not out buying $200, $300, $400, $500 reels. I can't afford to do that, and I really can't justify it. So let's get down to the three I bought, and I'll tell you what I think about them. When I started, I went to Walmart. I found they had them marked down, trying to get rid of them. The prices I bought these for at Walmart, eventually I saw Cabelas and Bass Pro selling them for the same price on sale to reduce stock for themselves. So it's all going to be about the same no matter where you go. Here's number one. This is an Advil Promax. They make Black Max, Silver Max, Pro Max. I think Pro Max is supposed to be the better of the three, I guess you'd say it. This reel, I believe Walmart was selling it for $70 or $75. I bought it on sale for $48. All in all, it was a nice reel. Now, I fish a lot, and what I use in a year, it might take the average weekend fisherman 2 or 3 years or more to use it that much. I started having a problem with the thumb bar. Sometimes you'd click down, and right there, I put it down, and there it's starting to stick a little bit. And even now, even when it works fine, it's got a little catch right there. So I've started to have a little problem with the thumb bar. I've taken it, I've cleaned it, I've lubricated, tried to do what I want, but it's never really totally gone away. Otherwise, everything's been fine. I've just had that problem with it. Would I buy another one of these? No, I probably bought my one, and that's probably what I'm going to buy there. Reel number two, bought the same day as that, is a Quantum Acrest by Zebco. This reel I think normally listed for $99 and I paid $79. This reel's been perfectly fine. Everything's worked well. I thought it was making a little noise one time this summer. Opened up this side, got everything lubricated. It wasn't dirty, but I lubricated, put a little extra lubrication. I didn't get into this end of it. But just that alone seemed to take away the noise. It worked fine. I have no problem with this reel. Somebody said, would you buy another one of these? Yeah, I might buy another one. I've been happy with this, and it's never given me any problems. Reel number three. I bought this one a little bit later. I wanted a third reel. I wanted something for my soft plastics, plastic worms and stuff. I wanted a total separate rig for that. A lot of guys don't use these for just your plastic worm or for the real light stuff. They're used in spin cast reels, but I really don't care for them. So I wanted something I knew would really work well even with light lures. Where these other reels have a 6 or a 7 ball bearing system, this has a 10 ball bearing system, so I knew it would probably work a little bit better with the lighter lures. This is a Cabelas Laser Pro. I picked this up at Cabelas. Somewhere once I read that Cabelas, Luz makes this specifically to be sold at Cabelas. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's where I bought it. One of the main reasons I thought this would be a good reel, but one of the other main reasons was this listed for $129. I spent $79. So I figured, hey, $50 off, you can't beat that. This has turned into a real nice reel. I love this thing. Again, I thought I'd work well with not real heavy lures. It has worked well with anything I've thrown with it. Would I buy another one? Yeah, I'm really hoping Cabelas puts these on sale again this spring for $79. If they do, I'm buying another one of these. So, like I said, there's a lot better reels out there. You can spend hundreds of dollars for reels if that's what you can afford. But these three have done a good job. Like I said, the Promax, I'm not 100%, but there's a difference too. When you're going to go out and buy, you're going to go in the store, and here's going to be a $29 bait cast reel or a $39 bait cast reel. So, wow, there's $29. I can do that. This was $70, and I bought it for $50, but this was listed for $70. This listed for $130, and I can tell you there's a difference. There's a genuine difference between $70 and $130. So if there is, I got to believe there's a difference between $70 and $39. And it's not going to be the difference you're going to like. So try to do the best you can do, because I'm afraid if you go out and buy that cheaper end reel, it's not going to work right. You're not going to like it, and it's going to get stuck in a drawer somewhere, and that's it for bait casting. The biggest thing people get worried about is buying bait cast is, oh, the bird's nest, the backlashes. I've heard terrible horror stories and that, and they're all true. You're going to get backlashes, you're going to get bird's nest. The better the reel, the fewer you get, and the longer you practice, the fewer you get. But when you start, you're going to get some. So I'm going to suggest this little item right here, like $6 or $7. And it's a Backlash pick. Nice little pick to get in there. You'll have little loops down inside. Sometimes you grab your fingers, just pull the loop, and you get right out. Sometimes they're down there tight, you can't. This will pick the loop out. When I started in the backyard, this thing got used quite a bit. But as I got better and as I did it more, I found less and less. And sometimes you can just pull the picks out and without the pick, or pull the loop out and you're fine. But the longer I had it, the longer I did it, the less I used it. Probably on the lake, I think I've used this maybe once actually out at the lake while I was fishing. I needed it. Twice during the last summer, I had one that was so bad, I messed with it for a while, and I finally said, forget it. And I put the rod up, and I just grabbed another rod, and I started using the other rod until I got home. But in both cases there, I came home, went up my back deck, sat down at the picnic table with the reel, the pick, and a can of beer. And long before the can of beer was done, I got the Backlash out of the bird's nest out. So you're going to have to put up with some of them. That's part of the deal. But it really isn't as bad as a lot of people think it is. So don't let that be a factor for you. It's not that big a thing. Well, that about wraps it up. Hope you give one of these a try. Thanks for watching.